I just want everyone to know. I'll tell the world, yeah. I'll tell the world. I just want everyone to know.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Cap Nation Live, Tuesday the 28th, College Football Bowl Game Edition. What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Brandon 33, good morning. Sheriff Edward in the house, good morning. KD, good morning. Fast Freddy, good morning. Edward, good morning. Jesse T, good morning. Joe Free, good morning. Shapendi, good morning. Primetime Yoke, good morning. Brandon, I already got you, Brandon. Michael, good morning. Ray, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's nice to have football on Tuesdays, ain't it? Get a whole slate of bowl games today. Ron Moore, good morning. Good morning to you. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Everybody rolling with Houston today. Everybody rolling with Houston. Everybody rolling with Houston. Not everybody. Leon, what's going on, man? Alex, good morning. Hopefully you get well soon. The sheriff says Syracuse hooked me up. Syracuse delivering some big wins yesterday, that's for sure. Speaking of big wins, if you guys need a big win today, soccer game of the week. Chef Bear, good morning or good afternoon. Soccer game of the week. Have to be signed up by 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you were on last week's soccer game of the week, you guys got a fantastic monster. And I expect nothing less from them today. So if you guys need a monster win this afternoon, mixed in with all the college bowl games and all that good stuff, don't miss out. And it's going to be a good time. It is going to be a good time. And matter of fact, last week, we did some fun promos. Anybody who bought a certain package during a certain time frame, we did a drawing. And I'm going to do the same thing today. Anybody who buys a soccer game of the week between either before we went live or up until the very end of the live show, you buy the soccer game of the week, I will select 2 people at random and we'll double your package. So you'll get next week's soccer game of the week on the house. I am looking for a link to post to make it easier for you guys, but we'll do that again. That was a lot of fun. I had fun doing that. I have fun giving away shit. Hey guys, hold on 1 second. All right, we got to take a quick little break. I have a delivery I have to sign for. That was actually the UPS guy, and he's outside. So bear with me. I do apologize. And then we will come right back. We're going to jump right into the games, right into the breakdown. So I do apologize. Got to give me just a couple of minutes to run outside and then go sign for this package. It's one that I've been waiting for. It's a good one. So bear with me. And I will be right back. We'll start that countdown timer again. I do apologize. I promise I'll make it up for you guys, all right? Be right back. All right, interruption is over. Sorry about that. I do apologize. Had to sign for that package. Bradley, thank you, sir. This game is just a giant shit show fest, huh? Houston scoring with ease in the beginning, and then nothing else. Total on, I seen somebody ask what the total on this one was. Total on this one was 50.5. Still definitely doable once these two pick up their offense, that's for sure. Alrighty, so we're going to jump right into it. And again, anybody who purchases the soccer game of the week between now or between before or the end of the live show, I'm going to draw 2. And we will double your package if we select you. Nick, good morning, sir. We are going to get these bowl games rolling, so bear with me. Next one we'll take a look at that Louisville and Air Force game. The 9-3 Academy, who went 7-4-1 against the spread, Air Force, and 5-7 to the over, going up against Louisville, 6-6 against the spread, 6-6 straight up, and 5-7 to the over. We will take a gander at that one. See what we can come up with as well. Give me one quick second here. Just switching over to college football on the screens. And that's a 3:15 Eastern time for the First Responders Bowl. Louisville currently a pick 'em with Air Force with a total over and under 54.5. I do have the game on, so it's a nice pickup by Houston right there. Oh! Little fumble right there. All right, so popping up everything for game 239 and 240 for the breakdown. It's funny, I had to go out and sign for that package, right? It wasn't even the one that I wanted. There's 2 packages coming today. And actually, there's 3 packages. 2 I want. 1 was just nothing important. By the way, since we didn't go live yesterday, a lot of how does Toon miss that? Wide open. Wide open. And he... weird. I don't even know what I was saying now. It don't matter. Oh, the Sunday NFL Guarantee Play. Another nice winner on Sunday, so congrats to everybody on that one. You guys got a nice big one. Some big stuff coming later in the week. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Designed run for Houston right there. And close to a first down. Be what? Oh, there's a flag. All right, popping up all the good stuff. Air Force making their 11th bowl appearance in 15 seasons under Coach Calhoun. Air Force looking for their 10th win on the season. This is definitely one of the better Air Force teams that we've seen over the years. Air Force averaging 341 yards a game on the ground. 341 running the ball a game. They average 5.2 yards per carry. They average 9.6 yards per passing attempt. However, they only average 82 yards a game in the air. Air Force's passing game, not going to have to worry about it. Obviously, they're going to take advantage of Louisville a couple of times throughout the game. They only average 9 passes a game. What to expect out of Louisville and their offense? They average 31.9 points a game. They average a 9/10 of a point more than Air Force per game. Air Force is averaging 31 points a game running the ball. Louisville averages 212 a game on the ground with a better yards per run average at 5.4 yards per carry. They also average 8.4 yards per passing attempt at 239 yards a game. They'll be going up against an Air Force defense that has been stingy, giving up just 19.1 points a game. However, that's against the likes of Louisiana Lafayette, who they gave up 35 to, Navy, who they beat 23-3. They gave up 49 to Utah State. They held Florida Atlantic to just 7. They gave up 10 to just New Mexico. They gave up 21 to Colorado State. And they gave up 39 in their win, 41-39 win over Nevada. The Air Force defense has given up just 95 yards a game on the ground, 3.2 yards per carry, 193 in the air, and 7.3 yards per passing attempt. Air Force's turnovers are +6. compared to the +2 for Louisville. Louisville's defense, on the other hand, has given up 27 points a game. They give up 157 a game on the ground, 4.5 yards per carry, and 245 in the air at 7 yards per passing attempt. There's no denying that's targeting. He launched forward with the crown of his helmet, made contact. It's targeting, 100%. See you later. Air Force 7-0 against the spread versus a lesser rushing defense yielding more than 4.35 yards per carry. And Louisville just 5-12 against the spread dating back 5 years versus elite rushing teams that average more than 5 yards per carry. And Air Force 7-0 to the under after a game with a turnover margin of +2 or better. There is an interesting total on this one. Louisville has lost 3 straight games versus the Mountain West. Straight up, that is. And they're 1-4-1 against the spread in their last 6 against the Mountain West. What to expect out of this game? Air Force, a pick'em. Total on this one, 54.5. I don't have a play on this one, and I've gone back and forth. On what to expect out of this game. We all know Air Force, they're going to run the ball. Louisville has a problem stopping the run against the likes of Ole Miss, Florida State, Wake Forest, Virginia, NC State, Clemson. If you go off strength of schedule, you got to side with Louisville. Louisville has played the better teams. Louisville has played the tougher teams. Louisville playing in the tougher conference. But you got to go back and you got to see who did they beat. They had a 3-game win streak where they beat Eastern Kentucky, UCF, and Florida State. Then they had a win over Boston College, Syracuse, and Duke. As far as this game goes, I'd like to say Louisville. Louisville money line, which is a pick, -$1.10. As far as the total goes, a lot of people are expecting the under. The under. Shoulder pad hit, not the helmet. I don't have any sound on, so I can't hear anything, but Houston up 10-0. As far as this one goes, the total, Air Force is 5-7 to the over. Same thing with Louisville. Both put up some points. They average 62.9 combined points. Oh yeah, definitely going to be a lot of running the ball. Total, I can plead a case why there's going to be big runs and big passing plays by Louisville. Why there'll be a defensive breakdown in the Louisville run defense that will allow Air Force to have some big balls and big chunk plays down the field. So I can plead a case the over or the under. So to me, I'll just stay away from it. To me, I'll just stay away from it. But I can plead a case on why you should take the over, and there'll be some defensive breakdowns on both sides, or why you should take the under. So, on that note, I just stay off of it. Moving right along to that Texas Tech and Mississippi State game. Old Texas Tech, 6-6 straight up. 6-5-1 against the spread, 5-7 to the over. Against Old Mississippi State, 7-5 straight up. 7-5 against the spread, 6-6 to the over. Old Mike Leach. Going to be playing, coaching against former team. I like Mike Leach. I like him as a coach. Offensive mind, awesome coming out of the Pac-12. They went 7-5 this year, losing their last game of the season against Ole Miss, 31-21. Auburn is lost without Bo Nix, who's transferred to Oregon. Texas Tech 15-5 against the spread their last 10 years after a game with a turnover margin of -2 or worse. What a worthless stat. Mississippi State 3-7 against the spread after having to play Ole Miss. Mississippi State 9-1 to the under versus poor passing defenses yielding more than 7.7 yards per passing attempt. What to expect out of this one? First of all, pop up the lines. You'll see Mississippi State laying 10. Texas Tech plus 10. There's some books where you can still get 10.5. BetOnline just moved it to 10.5. Over and under sitting at 58. Primetime Yoke says Auburn quarterback too tall for his own good. He's a big boy, that's for sure. That was a nice little check down right there. There's a big play by Auburn. Big run after that catch. Brandon, what's going on? As far as this game goes, if you guys watch the daily free play video, you guys will know that we're on Mike Leach and Mississippi State. We're on that offensive guru mind. As far as the rest of the game goes, I mean, you look at it, both are averaging 30 points a game. 30.9 for Mississippi State, 30 for Texas Tech. We know Mississippi State is not going to run the ball. They average 64 rushing yards a game, which is pathetic. They average 386 in the air. That's what they're going to do. Texas Tech gives up 7.9 yards on average per passing attempt at 266 a game in the air. They're -7 on turnovers, Texas Tech that is, to the +1 of Mississippi State. You're going to get a little of everything from that Texas Tech offense. They average 30 points a game. They average 4.7 yards per carry at 151 a game on the ground. And they average 257 in the air at 8.6 yards per passing attempt. They'll be going up against a Mississippi State defense that's been giving up just 25.2 points per game. They give up just 101 a game on the ground. They're holding teams to 3.4 yards per carry. Great number there. And they're giving up 230 in the air at 7.4 yards per passing attempt. Texas Tech's last 12 meetings against the SEC, they're 3-9 against the spread. 3-9 against the spread. Just 3-9 against the spread. If you watch the daily free play video, you know we took Mississippi State. We took them laying 10. as far as this game goes, I think we see some points. Mississippi State's individual team total sitting at 35. I don't think there's a... Let me rephrase that. I don't think Texas Tech is going to be all too competitive. I think they hold into it for a little while, and then Mississippi State slowly pulls away. Mississippi State laying 6.5 in the first half. I like that as well as the full game. I'm going to be putting up on the board Mississippi State first half. Right after Auburn stalls here, down in the red zone and is forced to kick a field goal. Because the quarterback is horrible. Jackson looking for a flag there, crying. Jim Ramos is betting the house on the Bulldogs. Who would have thought this turned into a field goal game? Not I. KD, what's going on, brother? All right. They stalled, and so we're putting it up on the board. Get that pole spinning. I don't know what the hell happened to the board here. Mississippi State. Whoa, it even spelt it wrong. Come on. There's that one. One second, folks. Alrighty. One second, let me plug this in real quick. And then we'll move on to the next one. We'll go right down the list. NC State and UCLA. We've got plays on sides and totals of much of this, but we'll go over it a little bit for you guys. Right, Sheriff? Alrighty, so. You know, that's that damn Vibe Interactive board being, that board being crazy all by itself. Neverez, what's going on, man? Sheriff says Kyle was on the court with the Suns last night. I was. The sitting courtside, watching Cam drop those threes was nice. They made a great comeback. Unfortunately, we fucking lost that one. That part sucked, but hold on one second. Alrighty. So, NC State, UCLA, we're going to roll through these kind of quick. For the rest of the games. We do have plays on sides and total, so I'll try and help where I can. NC State 9-3 on the year, 7-5 against the spread, 7-5 to the over. The Bruins 8-4 straight up under Chip Kelly. Finally a good year. 8-4 against the spread, 7-5 to the over. NC State 10-4-1 against the spread. Their last 15 games played in the month of December. UCLA just 2-8 against the spread after having to play Cal, who they just smashed in their last game on the 27th of November. 42-14. NC State 8-2 to the over. Their last 10 games played in the month of December. NC State's only matchup versus the Pac-12 was in the 2017 Sun Bowl. And they smashed ASU 52-31. NC State averaging 33.1 points a game. They average 126 a game on the ground at 4.1 yards per carry. And they average just 288 in the air at 7.8 yards per passing attempt. They'll be going up against a Bruins defense that gives up 26.8 points a game. Average giving up just 124 a game on the ground. Holding teams to 3.8 yards per carry and 260 in the air at 7 yards per passing attempt. The Bruins, who averaged 36.5 points a game under Chip Kelly, averaged 215 a game on the ground, 5 yards per carry, and 226 in the air at 8.1 yards per passing attempt. They'll be going up against a stingy NC State defense that's holding teams just 19.7 points a game, under 20 points per game. They're giving up 124 a game on the ground at 3.8 yards per carry and 208 in the air at 6 yards per passing attempt. Both teams in the plus category on turnovers, +5 for NC State, +4 for the Bruins. NC State coming off a little 2-game win streak, beating both Syracuse 41-17 and North Carolina 34-30 to end the season. What to expect out of this one? Line on this one currently, UCLA +2.5. NC State laying 2.5 with a total hovering at the 60 mark. I think Chip Kelly and UCLA have a very competitive game, especially right out of the get-go. Coming in as a dog, playing in San Diego. Quick little 4.5 hour drive from campus. UCLA is +0.5 point in the first half. -105. Or you could take them on the money line at +105. But UCLA, first half team total at 13.5. Ronald, what's going on, my brother? UCLA to put up 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points in the first half. is where my money is going. And it's going up on the board for you guys. We're putting another one up on the board. UCLA. It's juiced at Bet Online. Some of you guys are going to get a different number because this is at Bet Online, and it's a little juice there. It's minus $1.40, but I'll lay it. That's why it's good to have two books, so that way you can get the best line. That right there should be some nice money for us. That should cash us another little ticket. Moving into the last game on college football, West Virginia, Minnesota. The old Mountaineers +5 minus 108. That line is trending to +5.5. Minnesota laying 5 with a total over and under 44.5 in this contested game. Game 245 and 246. West Virginia finished out the year 6-6 straight up, having to win 2 straight games to become bowl eligible, beating both Kansas 34-28 and a big win over Texas 31-23. They get the 8-4 team out of Minnesota. These teams have never played each other in football, by the way. Minnesota went 7-4-1 against the spread, 6-6 to the over. They won 2 games to end the year as well, beating both Wisconsin 23-13 and Indiana 35-14. They've given up no more than 14 points in 4 of their last 5 games. 5 out of their last 6 games, they've given up 16 or less. Minnesota's defense, let's start there. Stingy, giving up just 18.2 points per game. Holding teams to 100 yards a game on the ground, 3.4 yards per carry, 185 in the air, 6.6 yards per passing attempt. That's what their defense has given up. They'll be going up against a West Virginia offense that's averaging 26.8 points per game. They're also averaging 127 a game on the ground, 3.6 yards per carry, West Virginia that is, and 257 in the air at 7.4 yards per passing attempt. Now let's take a look at the Mountaineers' defense, giving up just 24.3 points per game. They give up 3.9 yards per carry, 130 a game on the ground, and 7.4 yards per passing attempt at 220 in the air. They'll be going up against a Minnesota offense that's putting up 26.1 points per game, 194 a game on the ground, 4.2 yards per carry, and 166 in the air at 8.2 yards per passing attempt. Minnesota, 11-4 against the spread their last 15 games after a conference straight-up win. West Virginia, goose egg in 7, 0-7 against the spread when played in December bowl games. Imagine that stigma of not winning a bowl game played in the month of December 7 straight times. West Virginia 8-2 to the under. Their last 10 games versus non-conference. Versus Power 5, when it's a non-conference versus Power 5 school. Auburn with the ball with 1:26 left, trying to put up some points. Don't think it's going to happen, though. As far as this game goes, if you want to know, you got to get on board the bowl package. By the way, today is the absolute last day to get on the bowl package. The package will be coming off the website a little bit later today. Way to go out of bounds, running backwards. Keep that clock running, right? If you're on Houston. I think some of you guys are on Houston first half in here. Yeah, both teams very streaky. You guys are cracking me up. Minute, a lot of time left. But again, if you want to know about this one and what we're on, you're going to have to get on board, so I do apologize for that one. I do apologize for that one. Uh-oh. Overshooting the receiver. Would have been a walk-in if he would have got it. Ryan says, is Minnesota motivated? I think they're both motivated. Both motivated. I bet with the GOAT, of course I got money in crypto. Always. All right, folks, that is what I have for today. That is what I have for today. Tomorrow's bowl schedule. We get 4 bowl games tomorrow. The crazy thing is there's 3 bowl games because Virginia and SMU was canceled. The Fenway Bowl was canceled. We get Maryland and Virginia Tech. We get the Pinstripe Bowl. That'll be the first one because of the Virginia game getting canceled. It'll be at 2:15 Eastern time. Then we get Iowa State and Clemson in the Cheez-It Bowl. Then we get Oregon and Oklahoma at the Alamo Bowl to round out the evening. That should be a good fucking game. I don't know what that snap was. It was like a dud. I expected more out of Auburn's offense in this game, even with Finley up there. I expected a lot more out of him. Chef Bayer, send me a text because you should be on the list, brother. You should be still getting them. But send me another text. And Auburn punts to the 15. Yeah, we get some NHL back today. That'll be nice. All right, guys, I am out. Enjoy your day. And let's all have a great time, all right? Please, whatever you do, wager responsibly. All right, guys, chat with you guys soon.